Well, good evening, all. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your metal market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for Sunday, the 6th of July, 2025. I hope you had a great July 4th. My heartfelt sympathies go out for the people of Texas that have lost family, children, friends. Terrible storm that, for those of you that watch me and you're not in America, we lost 71 people or so far, and there's still plenty missing. So we will see what happens here. It was a terrible storm. You go to a drought area, you get 15 inches of rain, and it comes in from mountains also in Texas. And that ground, if it's in a drought, it can be like granite. If you've ever been in a drought area, you'd think the ground just crumbles. Not quite what happens at part. You can get it also where it turns really hard, and that rain, when it comes down real fast, has nowhere to soak in. And suddenly 15 inches of rain where you go, okay, so that's up to my ankle. Yeah, but what about if it's coming from higher up? Then it all rushes into a river, and it got up, I understand, to 6 feet over the banks, 6 feet high. The power of it just moved cabins. This is a very popular area for camping. It was terrible. So heartfelt. It really I choke up when I think about it. It's terrible. All right. When we take a look at all this, we had OPEC do their deal over the, I guess it was yesterday and today, and they have gone with another increase. So in addition to the 418, now they're going to 500 and some odd thousand barrels, and that'll be for the August number. And by the way, they're getting back to a normal number where that 2 million that was taken off is pretty much going to come to an end. They'll keep up these numbers high. And in addition, the Saudis have raised prices of oil to certain customers, saying that their markets could afford to pay more. I don't know what they're seeing that I'm not, but they're seeing something. Platinum taking off again. Unreal. Copper market, our first break. We're getting a little bit of one. We'll see what this all means. We're dropping off, as you can see, in the gold a little bit, and dropping off right now in the silver market. You know, it's so strange. I don't know that I trust this quote in copper. How could the open, high, low, close, if the market's open, be all the same? It could be a bad quote that we're getting, and generally you don't get those from the CME group. The grains just opened, and take a look. So if you were wondering, what are they going to look like on this holiday week? It wasn't hot enough. We had rain. We're still getting rain through the Midwest. Rain and temperatures in the 80s, low 90s. It's not bullish for these markets. It's bearish for those markets. And that's exactly what you have. So far, the growing season, I got 2 thumbs up. It looks pretty big. And the crops are going to show you that in price, I think. In the gold market, here's what we have to look for. What are these tariffs going to be that the president is sending out? You don't know, and I don't know. What countries is he sending out the letters to? We don't know that either. When are all the letters going out? Will it be before July 9th? We don't know. Is he going to extend the time frame? We don't know. What he did say is 10 or 12 letters would go out Monday. So tomorrow, as soon as they go out, we will hear. Leaks start happening everywhere, and we'll find what the new guardrails are. I can tell you the bottom is 10%. He's not giving that up. He's got to pay for the tax bill that he just got passed. So in order to pay for it and prove the critics wrong, he needs income. He needs business picking up. He needs the tariffs to make up the difference, and more made in America. So we will see what happens. That's what he's counting on. Gold still acting overall like an inflationary market. When we look at a weekly bar, this is why I've been telling clients I like silver better than gold. To me, that is not telling you, jump in, there's something happening. When I look at the market, you got a higher high and a lower low on a weekly chart. It is still over the 18-week average, which is the support level of 32.44. From here, that's $90 drop. I'm not saying it has to go down there. I'm saying it's holding above it. When we look at the Bollinger Bands, well, you got into them back in the April timeframe, but you've backed off a little bit since then. I want to remind you all of something before I get ahead of myself here. Let me bring you to this. We're having our 4th of July sale, 40% off. So any of the courses, so let's assume you want to get my morning futures. we're talking, you're getting the course for what, $7.50? Not the course, but the videos a month. You're getting about 24, 25 videos, each about 15 to 20 minutes long. You're getting special reports included, special updates if I see something that I think you should do, because I cover in the morning things, and sometimes I'll go, that you should get that. My full research, the complete, is where I really throw out my trade ideas. Like I did this weeks before the copper took off. I said there's something not right. In copper, 80% of the stock has been drained out of the London Metal Exchange. If you're short, where do you get the copper from? And that drove the price up, in part. Now we'll see what the market can do from there. Those are the things you look at. In the courses, you're forever hearing me talk about moving averages, my swing lines, Bollinger Bands, 40% off. It goes until Tuesday. Take advantage. You go to iraepstein.com, either courses or research. It's that simple. All righty. So let's come back to where we were. And we were talking about gold and now the slow stochastics. You're overbought. Overbought market. Any reading over 70 is overbought. You got numbers right here. They're not over 80 going sideways. They're in the 70s. They're overbought. Overbought either embeds, where both these numbers start roaring up and go over 80 and stay there for a while, or they get under 60, both of them. And to do that, you generally go sideways to lower. So you can see why I'm staying. Do you remember the silver report I did now 3 weeks ago or so? I had this chart in there and I said, folks, I think silver's going to gain on gold. And you tell me where you're at. The market's peaked, and this is how it's been coming down. And when we look at the silver chart, I'm sorry, it doesn't look like gold. You have higher lows. I should have moved this arrow over to there. Higher lows, you got higher highs. Until the trend's over, it isn't over. In the copper market, you went to the upper Bollinger Band, or just about there. Be careful. Bollinger Bands tend to throw the market back as you approach them, and it's overbought, not embedded. And last, in the metals, platinum. Look at how many weeks you're up and over the upper Bollinger Band. Now, this is through the Thursday, July 3rd, so there's going to be a little more action that comes in when the market picks this up tomorrow. But you generally get a pullback. It's not doing that. You're up $26 tonight to start the week. And the dollar still looks to me like a market that wants to head lower. Ultimately, if, I want you to listen to me in the word if with quotes on them, if it wants to go to a fifth price count, which is a rare event but does happen from time to time, could be the 88 to 90 level. I see nothing stopping it right now, and you've got your embedded momentum locked in bearish. So I'm Ira. I will catch up with you all first thing in the morning. I hope you take advantage of the July 4th sale that we have going on, and I'll see you in the other videos or first thing in my morning video tomorrow. Take care.